This is John Nichols with Coloring for the Culture, and I'm here with Gary off Homestead and T. Well 77016. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no buses named after us. You know what I'm saying? But still, I mean, you could be the 5, the Langley, 15 maybe?
Three.
The 3, the 5, the 3. 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so as you know, Coloring for the Culture is a series where we are highlighting the legacies and the stories of um, lineage in Black neighborhoods and talking about what makes these neighborhoods so divine and righteous and for us and by us and the beautiful stories that come from those things as we elevate more stories of Black folks. So let's get into Gary's story. So, Gary, tell us first, like, where we at, y'all. I have to grab a couple of the photos because you can always tell a granny house, right? It's red stuff everywhere in here, right? You got a Black granny, you know she like red, and then they got the little plastic numbers and letters on the refrigerator, the magnets. Yo, this is it. I'm really excited about it. Can you tell? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So tell us where we at and how your family ended up here.
So this is my grandmother's and my grandfather's home here in Scenic Woods. We moved here in like '94.
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts, and my grandparents retired. And buying a home up there is so expensive, and so they wanted to retire down south and buy a home. So they retired, and at that time, my mom and myself, we were still. My mom had just had my sister, so we were still in Boston. My parents decided to separate, and my mom didn't have a job. So my grandmother was like, just come on down here and we'll figure it out later. So we moved down here with one of my aunts. She lives in Trinity Gardens.
Come on,
So,
double
yeah.
down on the 1-6. You know what I'm saying?
So we moved down here, and so my grandparents bought this home cash,
Mhm.
paid for it, so never had a mortgage. So now that they're gone, it's in their will that it can never be sold. So my mom and her siblings keep up with it and maintain it, and it just keeps as a family home for us to come to.
Nice, nice, nice. Good, good. So tell me about like some of your favorite memories in this house. When you walk in the door and you see something, like what thoughts come to mind? What kind of
Oh,
memories?
like my grandmother loved to cook, so the smell of food.
They got like
Um,
3 tables in here. They was eating down in this joint. I just want to be very clear about that.
family gatherings, laughter, gospel music. My grandmother was very religious. Like, this was Jesus, this is her. So, it was nothing to come in and hear her watching TBN or listening to gospel music while she's cooking
Mhm.
or sitting at the table just reading her Bible or something like that.
Yeah, nice, 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 nice. That's good. That's good. So, you mentioned your grandparents bought this house cash. They stayed here. How long did they stay here before they?
Oh,
Uh,
they were here. Oh, they were here for years,
mhm,
like at least 20 years before they passed away.
mhm.
Um, and they wanted to make it a point that this house was not to be sold, and it can be for all of the grandchildren to come.
Mhm.
We everybody has keys to it,
Yeah,
so when they come in town, there's no need for a hotel or Airbnb. You have a place
nice,
to stay,
nice, nice,
so it
nice,
still
nice,
has that
nice.
spirit of family.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I was telling somebody because I live in my grandparents' house now, 77016, in Shady Oaks, over there by Shady Dale. Y'all learned about it. But yeah, and so I tell people often there were times where there were 3, 4 different families living in the house at one time. Did you ever experience that?
Oh, absolutely. So when we moved here, and we were living with my aunts in Trinity Gardens. So it
Hmm.
was her, her husband, their 2 sons, my grandfather, my grandmother, myself, and my sister.
Oh, okay, let's count those up. Grandma, grandpa,
Uh huh.
auntie, her
Oh, uh
husband,
huh.
2 sons,
Uh huh.
your mama,
Me and
you
my
and your
sister.
sister, 9. Look,
Yes.
come on, and Jesus.
So me and my cousins, I shared their bunk beds with them,
Hmm.
and my mom, she had like a little air mattress because at the time my aunt and uncle only had a 2 bedroom, but they were adding on to their house.
Yeah.
And so that really gave my grandfather the drive to be like, let's go ahead and buy a house, because it was initially just let's see if we like Houston. Like we had came here during the summer to like visit and stuff, and for me, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
Because you hear Texas, I'm from the East Coast. I'm like, I'm gonna have to ride a horse to school every
See,
day.
look, now let me tell you. Now this is for legacy people. He legacy because even though he moved from somewhere else, he flew here. I grew here, but still, they came, they bought up property in the neighborhood. They made sure it stayed for us. You know what I'm saying? And so legacy looks like this as well. But if one more person come down adding to our property taxes, anti-traffic. Now, granted, y'all started way back in the 90s. Half the freeways we got wasn't even done yet.
Oh no. And I didn't have a choice. It wasn't like I could be like, I'm not going.
But your family did. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. They on the walls here. That's your grandma up there?
Yep.
Looking at me. I'm talking about you, Granny. Hey, girl.
She looking at you back.
Oh, Lord. I felt like somebody popped me upside my head. So, did y'all have like family reunions or any of those things here?
So my grandmother's house was always the place for family reunions, cookouts, graduation. We called her Nana. So it was always, we going to Nana's house.
Yeah.
Christmas, holidays, it was just understood. It didn't even have to be stated. We knew we was going to Nana's house.
What was your favorite meal during the house days that Nana made?
Oh my.
Let me. I ain't gonna do you like that now. Name Nana's top 3. Like, I'm putting these 3 things on my plate every time.
I would have to say her chicken. I mean, it's just so many.
How she make a chicken?
Good.
Baked chicken, fried chicken,
fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Okay, come on with the crunch.
Yeah.
In the paper bag.
Yeah, my grandmother didn't play because she's originally from Tennessee.
So she's Southern already. Understood.
It's just anything, but one thing, it's not a meal. My grandmother made homemade ice cream. So she had the churner, and she would have me pouring the ice and the salt, and then be like, make sure you're watching it. And they all would just sit there and wait for it to be done so I can get that first scoop.
That's so dope.
And cakes, I was the one licking the bowl
and the spoon,
and the beater.
Yep.
And I would argue, when my sister got of age, we would argue over who would get it.
Like, who gonna get the bowl and who gonna get the beater?
Right.
And you be like trying to get all of the stuff off of it.
Exactly. So once I realized the bowl is the bigger part, I let my sister, you can have it. And she got older. She was like, no, I want the bowl.
Then you got to clean all of it. Let me make sure we don't clean it. Don't tap it. Don't tap it. You just get the bowl. Exactly. Leave everything on the beater. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. What kind of cakes did your nana make?
So my grandmother, she made a coconut cake. It was good. I didn't really care for, I'm not a sweets person, so I didn't care for like all the coconut and the frosting part, but the cake itself was good. And she would make a pound cake a week. Like every week, she would have a glass container that would just sit here. And we just knew it was always going to be a slice of cake. And if she didn't have one, it's like, if it crossed her mind when we walked in, we didn't even have to say nothing. We'd be like, what you doing? Oh, I'm making a cake. You don't have to. Y'all gonna sit here and wait for this cake.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I love it. So did you go to school out here?
So yes. So when we moved here, it was called we had North Forest ISD.
North Forest. That was the first HBCU in Houston. Well, I mean, technically Texas Southern existed first. You know what I'm saying? But North Forest was a school district that was an HBC. You couldn't tell us it wasn't. It was all black. Everybody was black. Yes. I love it.
Right.
I love it.
Like, I had an uncle who was an assistant principal at Forest Brook.
What's your uncle name?
John Calhoun.
I graduated from Forest Brook. Oh man, that's crazy. And I love Mr. Calhoun.
And my aunt, she worked at Cahee. She was the secretary, so I went to Cahee Elementary. Because in Massachusetts, the public school system is horrible. So I went to Catholic school just like my mom did. And so going to public school was a different thing for our family because none of them, even like my mom and her siblings, they went to Catholic school. So it was different. But I enjoyed it. And then I got into the performing arts. So then I shifted from North Forest to HISD to go to like a performing arts school because I like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started going to school in HISD. And I just used my aunt's address, Trinity
Yeah, as you
Gardens.
do.
But I went to school in HISD, but I still lived in North Forest
Mhm.
until they closed.
Yeah, sad day. I think we was the last, no, it was one class after us that graduated from Forest Brook before HISD took over.
Yeah, it was because
Very sad day.
I can remember when my uncle was at Smiley before he went to Forest Brook, going to
Mhm.
like the games with him because he would have to shut the school down. It was
Mhm.
like he had the keys
Yeah.
and it was like, oh uncle, can we get home? It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, man. Oh, that was good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So you used to go to the Forest Brook Smiley game?
Oh yeah, step shows, like anything that my uncle was gonna have, and he
Mhm.
would just be like, since you're already at the house, I would go with my cousins, and he
Mhm.
would sit us in the audience, and his co-workers and his teachers, they were like family, so they would
Yeah.
be at our house over here at my grandmother's
Mhm.
house, and she welcomed everybody with open arms. So
Yeah.
every time I would go to places and see people out in the streets, like, oh, you Mr. Calhoun, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's my uncle.
That's what's up.
Boy.
That's what's up. Come on with y'all old school. I bet you some cast iron pots is get that going cast iron, right?
Well, my grandmother was the real deal.
Come on. Y'all got one of them big ass roasters in here? Probably.
I'm sure we do. A lot of things we did disperse out to like different family members after she passed away.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm family. I see a couple of things. I don't need no more. That little candy dish right there. Oh, you should absolutely let me have it. I
You
can
can
put.
have it.
Thank you. I'm gonna put like Werther's Originals and the little strawberry candies.
The little
It's gonna be my
circular.
granny. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be my. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You also know that I'd say at least 50% of the things that's in my house are things I've gotten from other people. And so like it feels good to welcome their energy. She even got the lunch truck. If this ain't Granny house, y'all see. So y'all don't think he was lying when he said everybody was here. They don't even make these no more. I mean, they probably do. But these weren't bought off Amazon, okay? Be very clear. Probably Ocean's, Montgomery Wards. Okay. So back to the hood now. So as we wrap this up, tell me more about why the preservation of our neighborhoods you feel is important, and the beauty of growing up in these neighborhoods.
It's a sense of community for me. In Massachusetts, we lived in 3-family homes. So it's like the first floor, the second floor. It was one big house, but each floor had its own apartment. And
Gotcha.
so there was really no backyards and things of that nature. So moving to Houston, and especially Scenic Woods, it was when we first walked into the house, it was amazing. And I'll never forget the first Christmas because back in those days, the neighbors, I mean, of course, they were a lot younger back then. Now it's a lot of older people. They've aged over the years. But they had these arches that would go across the street. And so you would drive down, and it just felt like.
Yeah, I remember when all of these
Yeah.
all of the neighborhoods over here, they all had a different name. Candy Cane Lane and
Yes,
all
and
that.
they had the arches. And even though
Yeah.
we didn't have the snow, it gave you the sense of a wintry Christmas because every house was decorated. And if you really look at the big picture, if we have a home, if I have a house and you have a house, and I have to ask you permission for my arch to come on your property. So that means we have to have a relationship with one another in the neighborhood that goes just beyond Christmas. So that's that sense of community.
Yeah.
And I rode a neighborhood bus service, Mallet bus service. I rode that service, and I met a lot of people. Because I'm coming from Massachusetts. I don't know anybody. I started North Forest in 4th grade. People already had their friendships established.
Already.
They've been going to school together since kindergarten.
Since
and here I come in 4th grade.
This my bestie. No new friends.
Exactly. So meeting new people, and they lived in this neighborhood with me, it gave me a sense of, okay, because again, it's a scary place. I'm leaving the north, coming to the south, don't know what to expect. But I enjoyed it. And so people who always be like, ooh, the hood, The hood is I mean, it can be dangerous, but it's a good time, and you're gonna learn a lot of life lessons.
Yeah. And I mean, you go to the suburbs, they still busting indoors. They still
Exactly.
robbing folks. They still. Let me tell you something. People that's being held hostage, they be held hostage in the suburbs, not in the hood.
Not in the
Ain't
hood.
nobody trying to use all them resources. I mean, I got to keep this AC on all the time. Not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And in the hood, believe it or not, the young people, at least back in those days, and I like to think in these days as well, they respected the elders.
Yeah.
Even, even though they didn't agree with the chastisement the elders gave, they had enough respect to be like, we're not going to do this on your block.
Yeah. Exactly. 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 There's no way somebody can make me hate somebody in the hood. Like I love our people. I like how we show up authentically. I think the hood is a place where you don't have to worry about somebody having a mask on. Like people are exactly who they are, exactly how they are, and it makes for some beautiful intersections and interwoven stories. So
And life lessons, and you're
yeah,
going to eat good.
always. Oh, well, I just gave my next door neighbor. He just told me, "Hey, man, when you making some more juice?" I said, "Man, when somebody buy me a juice." He was like, "You do that by hand?" I was like, "Yeah." Every time I make something, I take it over there. Pecan pralines, cookies, juice, and my neighbors do the same thing. She made some chili. I don't even eat meat like that, but let me tell you, that chili tastes just like my granny made it. Like just, you know what I'm saying? I'm using her Magnolite pots. And Magnolite pots ain't no cheap pots. You from
Mm-mm.
Louisiana, them little steel ones. Them joints is like $200 a pop. She's like, here you go, baby, just use it. Whenever you done, give it back. Like I enjoy knowing my neighbors,
Mhm.
and not knowing them because I'm nosy or I'm fearful and all of those other layers of things that I find come in suburbia.
Right.
Like knowing because I see him walking down the street and I be outside, you know what I'm saying, sitting on my porch. I love the fact that in the hood, niggas be outside. Like we be outside watching. And so I know like it's at least 4 people on my block looking at my house any time of the day.
Because they get to know your routine.
Yeah.
And when you haven't been outside, you're going to get that knock on the door. Is everything
Mm-hmm.
okay? And they're not
Exactly.
trying to be nosy. It's
At
from a
all.
genuine place of concern because they know your schedule. They
Yeah.
know when you come in and they know when you go. So that way, if something do happen,
Yeah.
they are a good ally to say, well, usually he's home by 6 o'clock.
Exactly, exactly. When I get ready to travel, if my neighbors see me with a bunch of bags, they're like, you headed out? How long you need me to look over the house? Or they'll come call me, hey, we leaving out of town this weekend. Can you keep an eye on the house? It's like it's those things. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So as we wrap, any final thoughts for the people as they are coloring, learning more about your story and the beauty that is Scenic Woods and your family? What would Nana tell them?
I think Nana would say, stay together. That was one thing that she instilled in us. Stay together. We're not always going to agree, but we got to love each other, love on each other, and stay together. You had mentioned something earlier about the chili that tastes like your grandmother's, and I see when I eat my cousin's food, I can taste my grandmother because they was in the kitchen with her, and
Mm-hmm.
she was teaching them like
Yeah.
this is how you cook,
Mm-hmm.
And so now when they cook, or my sister and even my mom, I get sentimental because it's just like a certain taste. I'd be like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
is she in the kitchen?
Yeah. See. Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just stay together.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, your grandfather. What did y'all call him?
Papa.
Papa. Now, what would Papa say? We ain't talk about you a whole lot, Papa. So I'm making sure I bring you up because I don't want you following me out here to my house. That's my house, okay? You stay here in yours.
Papa was very, so him and Nano and Papa were oil and water. They
Mm-hmm.
balanced each other out, but he was the outspoken, might get a little cuss word in there every
Mm-hmm.
now and then. But he was very much, don't get caught in no scandal. That's what he would always tell us, especially a church scandal. He would
uh,
say, don't get caught up in no scandal, and don't get caught up in no scandal with no niggas.
yeah,
And
come.
that was just him. Like, she gave us the biblical version, and
Mm-hmm.
he would give us the street version.
Look, y'all had the best of both
The
worlds.
best. But he came from a place of love, and
Mm-hmm.
we knew he meant business, and we knew that it meant, I care about you and I don't want this to happen. And Nana just had a gentler way of saying it. And she would just look at him and just, David.
David.
But
David.
yeah, This house, just walking in here, it took me a while to be able to come back in here, knowing that they're both gone, especially after my grandmother passed last year. But now, as I've gotten in my healing, I'm able to walk in here without just being like, oh my God, overwhelmed. It's just like, just looking in certain rooms and different spaces, I can remember moments. And so those will I'll always cherish those moments.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Gary. We appreciate you welcoming us into your home and inviting us to be a part of the legacies and the traditions of your family. Y'all are now, y'all had kids in Houston, in Texas, so you might as well be native Houstonians.
Might as well.
You know what I'm saying? You hit fourth grade. You don't know who you is at fourth grade anyway. So technically, you might have been born there, but you was definitely raised.
Oh,
who you
absolutely.
is here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you to Nana and Papa. We're grateful for you and your addition to our wonderful, colorful hood. The beauty that is this northeast side of Houston.
Scenic Woods.
Scenic Woods, you know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't on Homestead and Tidwell, where the hell you at? Just wondering. Not in the hood. Not home. You're not home. You're not around these parts, So thank you again.
Thank you.
And as Nana said, stay together. And as Papa said, don't get into no scandals, especially
with no niggas.
Oh, this was so good. Thank you, Gary. Thank you.